Hey there! Welcome to another Speedpaint journal by St. Linthoria. Welcome to my mind. Alright, so let's get started here with my first boy for Magical March. So this is Grape Gun. So he's the fruit magical boy. I was really proud of him until later on in the month when I started getting better and better with my character designs. I do think now that his pose is a little bit awkward, but I still had a lot of fun with him. Okay, and then my next boy here is Beetle Chan, and Beetle Chan he has a pose that's somehow even more awkward than Grape Gun's. And frankly, I ended up not really liking how his hair turned out all the way. No, that's a lie. I actually really liked how his hair turned out. So mainly I just didn't really like his pose. But, you know, I experimented some with how to make things look metallic, and that part was fun for sure. Now this next one I never formally named, but he was the beach magical boy. And I had a lot of fun with him. I decided that I really wanted a fan service type of magical boy. And so his design is what I came up with. It was great. And he was a lot of fun. And he's just a lot in general. I ended up reusing his pose for a different one. So for the casual one, I decided to just go ahead and reuse Grape Gun, and I just went ahead and did him without lines, which don't really do that very often, but it was fun. And then I lost the full capture for the next 3 or 4. Let's see here. Here comes number 1. I didn't finish the color on. Number 2, which I was super mad when I realized that I deleted the capture for this one because he was one of my very first favorite ones, and I felt really proud of him when I finished him out. So that's this one's number 3 now that I lost. Which is okay because I didn't really like him all that much. And this one is number 4. Let's see. You know what? I think maybe I actually got this one all the way out. Let's go through here and see. Nope. I sure did not. Which again, really sad about it because like this one is the female version of Magic, I think it was, or maybe it was Witch. I'm gonna have to double check on it, but yeah, so I love the eyes on both of them, and I lost both of them! Go me! But hey, here's a full one now. Nope, I lied, this one is not the full one. I was looking ahead. So lost him too. And hey, here's my full dude. Here is my full bruh. Yeah. So I did another lineless one for him, I decided. Which was a lot of fun, because this one I decided to go ahead and play around with textures on. Like using the textures to kind of indicate where things ended and where things began. And that was a lot of fun. That was my first time doing something like that. And then this dude I completely lost, which I'm sad about because I actually had a lot of fun messing around with the shading on that to give it more of a painterly feel. And then this was my Prince one, which him I played around a little bit with changing up the line art color. I'm not so sure if I really like the way that it turned out after doing that, though, to be honest, because it made everything look a little bit washy to me. And then this was one of my faves for the longest time. No spoilers on whether or not he ended up being my very fave at the end, but he was one of my first faves. I had a lot of fun going ahead and coloring him out, especially. And I had a lot of fun designing where the rainbow stuff would go and how his hair would turn out. Unfortunately, I accidentally deleted most of his coloring stuff, except for the shading and whatnot at the very end. So I was very angry with myself about that, for sure. For sure. And then, let's see here. So this one was pretty fun too. I decided to change up the way that I would try to do the shading on him, to make it a little bit more painterly, I guess. And I did this thing where like I made an entire shading layer and erased the area that I wanted to be hit by light, which it turned out the way that I wanted it to. It looked messy. I don't know if I would do that again though. And this was my evil. This is the one that I decided would be evil, which is, he's basically like the flip side of unicorn, right? And I decided that he was going to be like an inner person for him, and like, I have this whole backstory now for unicorn, to be honest with you. I don't want to spoil it in case I reuse them. And this one was, I believe this one was fireworks. So this was my holiday one. And I decided on New Year's. And yeah, for him, I decided to go with this idea that his clothes change depending on where the New Year's is being celebrated out or where his location is. And in this particular picture, he's up like in Canada or wherever. Always blonde hair, but his clothes change. And now we get to see the other dude that I used the fan service pose on for the uniform. This one was another fun one. And then this one was the dessert one. And I decided to make it chocolate chip ice cream specifically. He was my next favorite one, and I had a lot of fun messing around with the shading on him and everything, and just like his eyes especially, I had a lot of fun with doing, and I really liked how they turned out. I think he was one of the few ones that I specifically did a close-up on his eyes on Instagram because of that. So this is another one that I'm really sad that I lost on, because I really enjoyed creating this little old man with goth clothes. Yeah, he's my dark boy. And then this one was the fairy tale one, which I decided to do Frog Prince. And he was actually the second one, because Evil Unicorn I started to create a backstory for. But he was the first original, so to speak, the first one where I wasn't basing him off of something else, where I had a backstory for him, where basically the Frog Prince chose him because of his hair color. And I was really proud of those curls, by the way. Like, the speed paint doesn't do it justice, but it took me a while to get them looking just right, and I was really proud of them because, like, curly hair is something that I've always struggled with, probably because I have it, so I'm like neurotic, and it has to be perfect when I draw curly hair, otherwise I'll scrap it. And then the final one that I did was for pajamas, which was Unicorn and PJs, which I have backstory for him too, but these are going to by so fast because I want to get all of them into videos if possible. So he'll be my last one. So yeah, this was just overall a really fun challenge, and I can't wait for you guys to see the rest of the guys. So if you guys made it through the whole video, I'm sorry. You were most likely going and checking your fire alarm to see if it needed batteries, because that's what the beeping noise was. And my fire alarm was doing that for an entire week by the time that I recorded that video, because I just didn't bother to go down to my apartment office and ask for a battery. So I'm sorry, but not sorry enough to redo the audio, so there you go. I also just wanted to say that this is the very first Speedpaint journal where I did the recording after doing all of the drawing and all of the Speedpaint stuff, which was an interesting experience because normally I just record stuff ahead of time, draw, and attach it to whatever drawing I feel seems to fit it best. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like these pictures of my boys, and you guys just have an amazing day.